I want to talk about something so important, the things you should avoid before going to bed. You see, our nighttime routines can have a powerful impact on our lives, and there are certain habits that can attract negativity, including poverty, into our lives. So, let's dive into 4 things you should not do before going to sleep. Now let's take a closer look at the first thing to avoid before bedtime, dwelling on negative thoughts or worries. I understand how tempting it can be to replay the events of the day in your mind, especially if something didn't go as planned. But my darlings, dwelling on negativity only serves to attract more negativity into your life. You see, my loves, the thoughts we hold in our minds before bedtime have a powerful impact on our subconscious and the energy we attract into our lives. When we dwell on negative thoughts or worries, we send out vibrations of fear, doubt, and lack, which in turn draw similar energies back to us. This creates a cycle of negativity that can disrupt our peace of mind and hinder our ability to manifest abundance and prosperity. Instead of allowing yourself to be consumed by negative thoughts, I encourage you to shift your focus towards positivity and gratitude before drifting off to sleep. Take a moment to reflect on all the things you're grateful for in your life, no matter how big or small. Whether it's the love of your family, the beauty of nature, or the simple pleasures of everyday life, there is always something to be grateful for. As you lay in bed, close your eyes and envision a bright and abundant future for yourself. Visualize yourself achieving your goals and living the life of your dreams. Allow yourself to feel the emotions of joy, gratitude, and excitement as you imagine all the wonderful possibilities that lie ahead. By focusing on positive thoughts and affirmations, you shift your energy towards abundance and invite prosperity into your life. Now let's take a closer look at the second thing to avoid before bedtime: engaging in arguments or conflicts. I understand how challenging it can be to let go of disagreements, especially when they're causing tension and frustration. But my dear friends, holding on to anger or resentment only serves to create a barrier to abundance and prosperity in your life. You see, my loves, unresolved conflicts and lingering resentment can weigh heavily on your mind and spirit, disrupting your peace and preventing the flow of abundance into your life. When we harbor negative emotions towards others, whether it's anger, resentment, or hurt, we are essentially blocking the flow of positive energy and abundance. These negative emotions create a sense of constriction and limitation within us, making it difficult for prosperity to enter our lives. Instead of allowing conflicts to fester and grow, I encourage you to address them before bedtime. Take the time to communicate openly and honestly with the other person, expressing your feelings and listening to theirs. Seek to understand each other's perspectives and work towards finding a resolution that is mutually beneficial. Remember, my darlings, conflict resolution is not about winning or losing. It's about finding common ground and restoring harmony in your relationships. If resolving the conflict before bedtime is not possible, I urge you to agree to revisit the issue when both parties are feeling calmer and more centered. It's important to approach conflict resolution with a clear and open mind, free from the cloud of anger or resentment. By choosing to address conflicts in a peaceful and constructive manner, you create space for abundance to flow into your life. Now let's take a deeper look into the third thing to avoid before bedtime: consuming negative media or information. I understand how tempting it can be to scroll through social media or watch the news before sleep. However, exposing yourself to negativity before bedtime can disturb your peace of mind and invite poverty consciousness into your life. You see, the information we consume has a significant impact on our thoughts and emotions, especially before we go to sleep. When we fill our minds with negative news stories, fear-inducing headlines, or other distressing content, we are essentially planting seeds of worry and anxiety in our subconscious minds. These seeds can grow and manifest as feelings of lack, limitation, and scarcity in our lives. Instead of subjecting yourself to such negativity, I encourage you to surround yourself with uplifting and positive content before bedtime. Consider reading a book that inspires and uplifts you, perhaps a motivational or self-help book that fills you with hope and optimism. Alternatively, you can listen to soothing music that calms your mind and soothes your soul. Music has a powerful effect on our emotions and can help shift our focus towards abundance and prosperity. Another wonderful practice to consider before bedtime is gratitude journaling. Take a few moments to reflect on the blessings and abundance in your life and write them down in a journal. Expressing gratitude for the positive aspects of your life helps to shift your focus away from scarcity and towards abundance. It reminds you of all the good things you already have and opens your heart to receive even more blessings. By consciously choosing to consume uplifting and positive content before bedtime, you are actively nourishing your mind, body, and spirit. You are creating a positive mental environment that supports your well-being and attracts abundance into your life. Remember, my dear friends, what you focus on expands. So focus on the good, the positive, and the abundant, and watch as your life transforms before your very eyes. And lastly, let's take a closer look at the fourth thing to avoid before bedtime: engaging in self-criticism or negative self-talk. Now, I understand how tempting it can be to criticize yourself, especially when you're feeling tired or stressed. But my loves, indulging in negative self-talk only deepens feelings of unworthiness and scarcity within us. Instead, what I encourage you to do before bedtime is to practice self-love and compassion. Instead of berating yourself for perceived shortcomings or mistakes, try to speak to yourself with kindness and understanding. Affirmations play a crucial role here. Affirmations are simple, positive statements that we repeat to ourselves to challenge and overcome negative thoughts. So before drifting off to sleep, repeat affirmations such as, "I am worthy of abundance," or "I attract prosperity into my life." By doing this, you are actively reprogramming your subconscious mind for success and abundance. You see, the thoughts we hold in our minds have incredible power. What we repeatedly tell ourselves shapes our reality. If we keep telling ourselves that we're not good enough or that we don't deserve abundance, then that's exactly what we'll bring into our lives. But when we make a conscious effort to shift our focus to positive affirmations and practice self-love, we start to transform our reality. It's like planting seeds in a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt and negativity, you'll only grow weeds. But if you plant seeds of positivity and self-love, you'll cultivate a beautiful garden filled with abundance, prosperity, and joy. So it's essential to be mindful of the thoughts we entertain. Instead of dwelling on thoughts of lack or unworthiness, let's choose to focus on thoughts of abundance and empowerment. Let's fill our minds with positive affirmations that uplift and inspire us. Affirmations like, "I am worthy of abundance," "I deserve all the good things life has to offer," and "I attract prosperity into my life" can help reprogram our subconscious minds for success and abundance. When we repeat these affirmations regularly, we reinforce positive beliefs about ourselves and our abilities. So instead of allowing negative self-talk to hold you back, choose to empower yourself with loving and affirming thoughts. Remember, you are deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer, and by practicing self-love and compassion, you open yourself up to receiving abundance in all its forms. It may take time and practice, but with dedication and perseverance, you can transform your inner dialogue and create a life filled with love, abundance, and fulfillment. So as you prepare, you may have heard me talk about affirmations before, but today I want to take it a step further. The ancient secret I'm talking about is really quite simple. It's all about reprogramming our subconscious mind. Now think of your subconscious mind like a computer. Just like a computer runs on a set of instructions, our subconscious mind operates on the thoughts and beliefs we feed it. If we constantly feed it negative thoughts and beliefs, it's like programming our minds to expect negative outcomes in our lives. But here's the good news. We have the power to change that programming. We can rewrite the code, so to speak, by replacing those negative thoughts and beliefs with positive ones. It's like upgrading the software of our minds to create a better, more positive experience. So how do we do it? It starts with becoming aware of the thoughts and beliefs we're feeding our minds. Are they positive and empowering, or are they negative and limiting? Once we become aware of our thought patterns, we can begin to consciously choose more positive thoughts and beliefs. It's not always easy, though. Just like any form of reprogramming, it takes time and practice to see results. But with patience and persistence, we can gradually overwrite those old negative beliefs with new positive ones. And the more we practice, the easier it becomes. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. So every time you catch yourself thinking a negative thought, gently redirect your mind towards a more positive, empowering belief. But let me share something truly beautiful with you. We have the power to change all of that. We can rewrite the story that's been playing in our minds for so long. It's like we're the gardeners of our own minds, planting seeds of positivity to replace the weeds of negativity. And just like in a garden, it takes time, patience, and a little bit of effort. But eventually those seeds will sprout and blossom into something truly magnificent. You see, our minds are like fertile soil, ready to receive whatever seeds we choose to plant. For too long, we may have allowed negative thoughts and beliefs to take root and flourish. But now, we have the power to uproot those weeds and replace them with seeds of positivity and possibility. Think of it like this. Every time you repeat a positive affirmation or thought, you're planting a seed in the garden of your mind. At first it might seem small and insignificant, but with time and care, those seeds begin to take root and grow. And before you know it, your mind is filled with beautiful flowers of optimism, confidence, and self-love. But it's important to remember that change doesn't happen overnight. Just like a garden doesn't sprout into full bloom overnight, rewiring our minds takes time and persistence. We have to be patient with ourselves and trust in the process. So even when it feels like nothing is happening, keep watering those seeds of positivity with your thoughts and beliefs. Keep nurturing them with love and care, knowing that with each repetition, they're taking root deeper and deeper in your subconscious. And here's the really amazing part. As those seeds begin to grow, they start to crowd out the weeds of negativity that once dominated your mind. You'll find yourself thinking more positively, feeling more confident, and attracting more abundance into your life. When you're just starting out with affirmations, it might feel a bit strange or even untrue. That's totally normal. Think of it like planting seeds in a garden. When you put a seed in the ground, you don't expect to see a big, tall plant sprouting up the next day, right? It takes time for the seed to grow roots, break through the soil, and eventually blossom into a beautiful flower. Similarly, when you start repeating your affirmations, it's like you're planting seeds in the garden of your mind. At first, they might seem small and insignificant, but as you keep nurturing them with your words and beliefs, something truly magical begins to happen. Day by day, as you continue to repeat your affirmations, you'll start to notice subtle shifts occurring within you. It's like those seeds you planted are starting to take root and grow. You might begin to feel more confident, more positive, and more hopeful about the future. And as these changes start to unfold, you'll realize that your affirmations are starting to feel more and more true. You see, affirmations work by reprogramming your subconscious mind. They help to replace old negative thought patterns with new positive ones. And just like any form of reprogramming, it takes time and consistency to see results. So even if your affirmations don't feel true at first, keep saying them anyway. Trust in the process and know that with each repetition, you're strengthening the seeds you've planted in your mind. As you continue to repeat your affirmations, you'll start to notice that they begin to resonate with you on a deeper level. It's like they're sinking into your subconscious, where they can take root and blossom into reality. And as they do, you'll find that your thoughts, feelings, and actions begin to align more closely with the words you're affirming. As you continue with this practice, you'll begin to see some small but important changes happening in your life. It's like the universe is responding to your positive energy and opening up new possibilities for you. Doors that may have seemed closed before will start to crack open, inviting you to step through into new opportunities and experiences. These shifts might be subtle at first, but as you keep moving forward, they'll become more noticeable. You'll start to feel a sense of excitement and possibility as you see new paths opening up before you. And with each step you take, you'll find yourself getting closer and closer to what you're truly meant to do in life, your true purpose. It's like you're on a journey, and with each new opportunity that presents itself, you're getting closer to where you're supposed to be. You might discover new passions and interests along the way, or you might find that existing doors suddenly swing open wider than you ever imagined. Now let me share with you the key to unlocking this ancient secret. It's all about trusting in the power of the universe when you place your order in the cosmic kitchen. Think of it like ordering food at a restaurant. When you tell the waiter what you want, you don't follow them into the kitchen to make sure the chef got your order right, do you? No, you simply trust that they heard you and that your meal is being prepared just the way you like it. It's the same with the universe. When you send out your desires and intentions, whether through affirmations, visualizations, or simply by asking for what you want, trust that the universe is listening and working on it. You don't need to micromanage the process or worry about whether it's going to happen. Just like the chef in the kitchen, the universe knows exactly what you need and is busy making it happen behind the scenes. So let go of any doubts or fears and surrender to the process. Trust that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if you can't see it happening right away. Just like when you order food at a restaurant, have faith that your desires are being taken care of and that the universe has your back. So trust in the process. Keep repeating your affirmations. It might feel strange at first, but trust me, the more you say it, the more you'll believe it. You see, darling, self-love is like planting seeds in a garden. At first, you may not see anything sprouting, but with time and care, those seeds will grow into beautiful flowers. Similarly, when you practice self-love, you're nurturing your inner garden, allowing love and positivity to bloom within you. I know it can be tough, especially if you've spent a long time being hard on yourself. But it's time to change that narrative. You deserve all the love and happiness in the world, and it starts with loving yourself. So take a moment to appreciate yourself, celebrate your strengths, and acknowledge your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion, just as you would a dear friend. Self-love isn't about being perfect or having it all together. It's about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and embracing your uniqueness. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, my dear, and you deserve to be loved for exactly who you are. Let's take a closer look at the second struggle, forgiveness. You see, holding on to anger and resentment is like carrying a heavy bag of rocks everywhere you go. It weighs you down and makes it hard to move forward. But guess what? You have the power to lighten that load and set yourself free. Imagine forgiveness as a magical key that unlocks the chains of anger and resentment. When you forgive, you're not letting the other person off the hook. You're setting yourself free. Free from the pain and hurt that's been holding you back. Free to live your life with peace and joy. So my dear, it's time to let go. It's time to release the grip of anger and resentment and embrace the healing power of forgiveness. And it starts with you. First, forgive yourself. We all make mistakes, darling. It's part of being human. So be kind to yourself and let go of any guilt or shame you may be carrying. Next, forgive others. Yes, even those who have hurt you deeply. I know it's not easy, but holding on to anger towards them only hurts you in the end. So choose to release that anger and let go of the past. It doesn't mean you're condoning their actions. It simply means you're choosing peace over pain. Take a deep breath and say it with me now. I forgive myself and I forgive others. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders as you speak those words. You're choosing to let go of the past and embrace the freedom that comes with forgiveness. Forgiveness is not a one-time thing. It's a process and it takes time. So be patient with yourself as you navigate this journey of healing. Surround yourself with love and support, and know that you're not alone. Let's take a closer look at the third struggle, negative self-talk. We've all experienced it, right? Those annoying little voices in our heads that constantly criticize and put us down. They tell us we're not good enough, smart enough, or worthy enough. But guess what? It's time to show them who's boss. Imagine those negative thoughts as pesky little bugs buzzing around your head. Well, it's time to swat them away. Replace those harmful thoughts with positive affirmations. Instead of saying, "I can't do it," say to yourself, "I am capable and deserving of all good things." Repeat it like a mantra until it sinks in. You see, darling, your thoughts have power. They shape your reality and influence how you perceive yourself and the world around you. So, it's crucial to choose your thoughts wisely. Would you rather fill your mind with negativity and self-doubt, or with positivity and self-love? I know which one I'd choose, and I hope you do too. So the next time you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, stop and take a deep breath. Challenge those thoughts and replace them with affirmations that uplift and empower you. Let's take a deeper look into the fourth struggle, which is all about healing the inner child. You see, inside each and every one of us, there's a little child who's been hurt and is yearning for love and acceptance. This child might have felt neglected, misunderstood, or even abandoned at times. But here's the thing, darling. It's time to give that precious child the love and care they deserve. It's time to wrap them up in a warm embrace and let them know that they are cherished just as they are. You have the power to be that loving parent to your inner child. Imagine your inner child standing before you, looking up with hopeful eyes. What would you say to them? Would you tell them they're not good enough, or would you shower them with love and encouragement? I know what I would choose, and I hope you do too. Embrace every part of yourself, even the parts you may have pushed away or rejected in the past. Those parts are just as deserving of love and acceptance as any other. Take a moment to look in the mirror and say to yourself, "I love and accept you just as you are." Feel the warmth of those words wash over you like a gentle breeze on a summer day. You are worthy of love, my dear, simply because you exist. You might find it helpful to engage in activities that reconnect you with your inner child. Maybe it's coloring, playing with toys, or simply spending time in nature. Whatever brings you joy and makes you feel alive, do more of that. Let's really dive into the fifth struggle, which is all about learning to let go of the past. When we hold on to old hurts and regrets, it's like we're carrying around a heavy backpack full of stones. It weighs us down and stops us from moving forward. But guess what? Your future is like a blank canvas waiting for your beautiful brush strokes. Imagine if you're driving a car and you keep looking in the rearview mirror. You won't see what's ahead of you, and you might even crash. It's the same with life. If we're always focused on what happened before, we'll miss out on the wonderful opportunities waiting for us in the future. So it's time to release those old tapes playing in your mind. You know, the ones that keep replaying the same negative thoughts and memories over and over again. It's time to hit the stop button and rewrite your story. Say it with me, loud and clear. I release the past and embrace the present moment. Feel the weight lift off your shoulders as you let go of those old burdens. You're making space for new experiences, new joys, and new possibilities. You might be thinking, but it's not that easy to let go of the past. And you know what? You're absolutely right. It's not always easy, but it is possible. It starts with a decision to no longer let the past dictate your present or your future. one powerful tool you can use is forgiveness. Forgive yourself for any mistakes you've made and forgive others who may have hurt you. Holding on to grudges only poisons your own wills up to endless possibilities. We let go of the need to control every little thing, and instead we surrender to the flow of life. It's like placing an order in the cosmic kitchen and knowing that it's being prepared just for you. Trusting the universe can feel like trying to walk on a tightrope without a safety net. It's scary because we've been taught to believe that we have to work hard and hustle nonstop to make our dreams come true. From a young age, we're bombarded with messages that tell us life is all about the grind, the endless struggle to reach our goals. We see it everywhere, in movies, in books, even in the stories our parents and teachers tell us. We're taught that success only comes to those who are willing to sacrifice everything else, their time, their health, their happiness, just to get ahead. And so we grow up believing that if we're not constantly pushing ourselves to the limit, we'll never amount to anything. We're told that if we don't fight tooth and nail for what we want, we'll end up falling behind, lost in a sea of mediocrity. But what if I told you that there's another way? What if I told you that you don't have to struggle and suffer to achieve your dreams? What if I told you that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, ready to support you every step of the way? You see, trusting the universe isn't about sitting back and waiting for things to magically fall into place. It's about letting go of the need to control every little detail and instead surrendering to the natural flow of life. It's about trusting that even when things don't go according to plan, there's a greater purpose at work. It's about having faith that every setback is just a detour on the road to your ultimate destination. Imagine a life where you feel light as a feather, where worries and doubts just melt away like snow in the sun. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, guess what? That life is within your reach. You might be thinking, but how? Well, my friend, it all starts with trust. Trust is like a magic key that unlocks the door to a world of abundance, love, and joy. It's like stepping into a warm ray of sunshine after a long, cold winter. And the best part, you hold that key in your hands. Now, I know it can be scary to let go of fear and doubt. They're like old friends who have been with us for so long that we've grown used to their company. But what if I told you that you no longer have to carry that heavy burden? What if I told you that you deserve to feel light and free? You see, when we dare to trust, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities. We let go of the need to control every little thing, and instead, we surrender to the flow of life. It's like floating down a gentle river, letting the current carry you to beautiful new destinations. But I understand if you're feeling hesitant. Trusting the universe isn't always easy. We've been taught to believe that we have to fight and struggle for everything we want. But what if I told you that life doesn't have to be a battle? What if I told you that you can simply surrender and let life unfold in all its beauty? Affirmations are really amazing. They're like little seeds we plant in our minds. Imagine your mind as a garden, and each affirmation is a tiny seed. Now, just like when you plant seeds in a garden, you don't see flowers popping up immediately, right? It takes time for those seeds to grow. Similarly, when we start practicing affirmations, we might not notice big changes right away. It's like we're watering those little seeds in our minds every time we repeat our affirmations. But with time, patience, and regular practice, something magical happens. Those seeds start to sprout, and before you know it, beautiful flowers begin to bloom. It's all about consistency. Just like how you water plants every day to help them grow, you need to keep repeating your affirmations consistently. Even if you don't see immediate results, trust that those seeds of positivity are taking root in your subconscious mind. When you say affirmations, it's like giving your brain a big update. Imagine your brain is like a computer, and affirmations are the new software you're installing. But instead of fixing bugs or adding new features, you're rewiring your brain to think more positively. You see, our brains are like sponges. They soak up everything we tell them. So if we're constantly feeding ourselves negative thoughts, our brains start to believe that's the truth. But when we flip the script and start saying positive affirmations, something amazing happens. It's like we're hitting the reset button on our minds. We're wiping away all those old negative programs and replacing them with shiny new ones. And the best part? These new programs are designed to help us see the world in a whole new light. So every time you repeat an affirmation, you're literally rewiring your brain for positivity. You're teaching your brain to focus on the good stuff instead of getting bogged down by negativity. And as you do this, you're opening yourself up to a world of new possibilities. Think of it like cleaning out your closet. When you get rid of all the old worn-out clothes, you make room for new ones to come in. Similarly, when you clear out all those negative thoughts, you create space for positive things to enter your life. But here's the thing, rewiring your brain takes time and practice. Just like you wouldn't expect to run a marathon after one day of training, you can't expect your brain to change overnight. It's a gradual process, but with each repetition of your affirmations, you're laying down new pathways in your brain. And the more you practice, the stronger those pathways become. Eventually, positive thinking becomes second nature, and you find yourself naturally gravitating towards the good stuff. But remember, reprogramming your mind takes time and practice. Just like when you first learned to use a computer, there were moments of frustration and confusion, but with patience and perseverance, you mastered it. So I encourage you to be patient with yourself on this journey. Embrace the process of growth and transformation, knowing that every step you take brings you closer to your true desires. When doubts start knocking at your door, don't let them in. Instead, take a deep breath and remind yourself of something important. You are loved deeply and completely by the universe itself. Picture the universe as a warm, comforting embrace, holding you close and whispering words of encouragement in your ear. You see, the universe has your back, always. It's like having a best friend who's there for you no matter what, cheering you on from the sidelines of life. So trust in that love and support. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should, even when it doesn't feel like it. I know it can be hard to see the bigger picture when you're in the midst of a storm, but just like the clouds eventually part to reveal the sun, so too will your doubts give way to clarity and understanding. Trust in the process and know that miracles are just around the corner. Miracles come in all shapes and sizes, from the smallest synchronicities to the biggest breakthroughs. They're like little breadcrumbs left behind by the universe, guiding you along your path and reminding you that magic is real. So I urge you to just dare to trust. Trust in the power of the universe, trust in the wisdom of your own heart, and trust that everything you desire is on its way to you. Don't you dare give up.